Hello everyone, this is Ibrahim and we're still learning, doing the Learn Flutter set of videos. So we've learned a few good concepts so far. So we were introduced to the theme, to theming an application. We've added images and we added, so we're actually doing the onboarding screens now. So we've added the images and added this effect where you can slide the images. Because we used page view for this, and because we have a limited number of elements that we wanted to display, few images, we use the page view. Otherwise, we should have used the page view builder. Anyways, so that's that. Now we have to get indicators out of the way. So we have multiple ways on achieving this. And one way would be to just include this under caption for each of the pages here that we have here. So this would have caption and then indicators, caption 2, indicators 2, caption 3, indicators 3. In this case, we just move this one inside of this and we will get away with using stateless widgets. Otherwise, if this is to be on the outer side, then we will have to use stateful widgets, because on page change, as pages change, we want the indicators to change as well. So in this case, I think since we're still doing the stateless widgets, we'll just bring this one inside and work with it. So let's add, so under each, so let me reformat this really quickly. So we have a column, we have a container for each page. So each page would represent a container. Inside of that, we have a column where we have an image, and then we also have text. And then inside of here, we also want to add an indicator, right? So indicator, okay, and then we just add this to the other ones as well. So we have indicators here, and then we also have one here. So this should change 3 and 2, like that. I'm going to format this and save. And now, so we have the indicators move with the set of images we have. So they change accordingly. So let's remove the other one. Now, regardless of how pretty this is, there we are. So if we want to add a bit of like styling, padding to it, we could wrap this with a container. And then add a bit of padding of, say, edge. So we wanted to do edge insets. Sorry, edge insets all, and then we want to have somewhere around maybe 10. Yeah. So this is for the third image, and then we just replace this container with the text that we've added just now, with indicator 2 and with text indicator. So that's the one, that's the 2. Okay, so but now we need to create the what you call the circular effect. So in our design, let me pull that up. So in our design, we have this effect here that we want to, so the current page, we want it to be highlighted and the other ones not highlighted. So now let's draw the circles. So the way we can draw the circles, let's go with the first indicator. Let's replace this with the container that we've made. Oops, sorry. So now let's remove the text child. So this is for the first image. The way we create a circle is by creating a container. So let's create another container here, and this container. So again, so if we want to style anything, we better use the container widgets. So simply put, let's kind of have let's give it, say, a width of 10, or maybe let's go for 50. Just want to show you how it would look like. And then we create a height of another 50. And then this is the best part. It has something called decoration, and it takes in, if I hover over, it does take the decoration, and there are different classes of decorations within Flutter. One that would be useful to us is that we create a box decoration. Now with box decoration, we can actually have predefined shapes set. We just use those. This is how we do it. So in the box decoration, this takes in shape. This takes in a shape, and shape, if I hover over, it takes a box shape type. So box shape dot circle, you can see this dot circle, just like that. Now we could add, let me reformat this, and then we could add color as well. So we could go colors dot maybe, yeah. So in the colors we could go, we could, instead of using the predefined colors, we could use the theme that we've already set. So theme of current context, and then dot primary color, dark. Awesome. Let me reformat this. So I've created a container with this width and height, and the decoration is a box decoration that comes with predefined shapes. Of course, we can use our own images in the box decoration as well. So anyways, so that's that. Let's see how it would look like. And that's a beautiful circle right there. Now we need to create two other circles, just for two other circles that are unhighlighted, right? So now this is the ugly way on achieving this, so bear with me, because there are a few concepts that I want to introduce this to you. This is best done using a stateful widget, but bear with me for now, yeah? So again, this is the ugly way to do it, but bear with me. So we have a container. Now instead of us having a single container, we want to have 3 containers, and then the 2 other unhighlighted indicators or circles right next to this. So let's wrap this in, what do you call it, in a row. We wanted them lined up side by side, right? So let's have a child of row, and this takes the children of widgets. And in this set of widgets, we want to have this moved inside. So this is the first widget right here. So we have children, a row of children, a row with with containers as children. So we could just duplicate this again and have this duplicated again. So we just created 3 containers, and instead of, the first circle is actually dark color. We want to use the other one. Want to have the others being light. This means unhighlighted kind of effect. So let's save and see how it would look like. Pretty, isn't it? Nice. Now we want to have this centered. So we have a row, but we want to have it centered. So we need to center this. This is simply done. So inside the row. So inside of row, we just set main axis alignment to main axis alignment to center. And voila. This is how it's look like. Now, I understand this might be the ugly way to do it, since we're actually duplicating everything. The simplest way to achieve this is that we could have the width and height unified. And there we are. So let's duplicate this. I know this is the ugly way, but bear with me for now. This will be all changed. So this could be all, we can transform this to a few set of lines using the stateful, but I just don't think that we should learn the stateful now, just to avoid any kind of confusion. But bear with me, yeah. This is not, so we'll end this video, achieving the indicators using the stateless method. Okay, let's keep going. So we have this for the first image. We just need to duplicate this and copy paste all of this in the other set of images as well. So this is the second container. So we just need to replace the full container here that we've created. So just make sure that we're not losing any. And then this is the any parentheses here and there. So there we are. Let's see how it would look like. Now for the third image, we want the third circle to be dark and the other one to be light. So, and for the second image, we want the second image to be dark and the others to be light, right? There we are. So now let's see how it would look like. So this is the first image, this is the second image, and this is the third image. Nice, isn't it? Well, I guess. Before we end this video, one way you could before we end this video, one way you could we could actually solve this problem where we have these circles very close to each other, and that's because we've set the row to main axis alignment to be center. Of course, we have other options like space around or space between or whatever. So if we go space around, they will be scattered all over the place, and that's not what we really need. So let's keep this center. And instead, for each of the containers, we just add a margin to them. So margin, and this takes the edge insets as well, just like the padding. And let's give it, say, a 5 or a 6. Let's go for a 6. I think 6 is pretty good. Now if we try to save, that space is pretty decent. The ugly method is brute force, duplicate all of that all over our containers. And that's that's a really nice effect we have there. So this actually changes as we flip between screens. So if we add another padding here, another margin, and another margin here, and another one here. Again, this is the ugly one. This is the ugly way to do it, but it works. So we're not complaining much now. So this is an easy way to achieve onboarding sliding using stateless widgets. And in the next video we will change this to actually use stateful widgets. So we will refactor all of this to use the stateful widget. Alright, this is it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. See you on the next one. Cheers.